Hi, this is Anne. Today I'm just going to show you a quick and easy way to make a flower. It's beginners friendly. I'm just using craft paint, and we're just going to quickly paint this piece of, it's just a piece of superwood that I painted with white gesso, or you can use your white craft paint. I'm just going to quickly paint this black because I want a black background, sorry. And I'm not going to worry in which direction or anything. I'm just going to cover it. You can do it in the white as well. I just want to show you a scrape technique that you can do wet into wet that gives you instantly texture. So I'm just going to quickly let this dry. Okay, this is dry now. Usually I will just take my brush and my paint and I will start to paint on this. Remember, I'm using my craft paint, not anything special, and I'm just going to use what's on my palette at the moment. I won't even bother to draw it, but as I know if you are a beginner and you struggle with this, I'm just going to slightly draw what I'm going to do, and then you can just follow me. I always take about the half of the canvas. I'm just going to make a simple pot here, and then I'm just going to put a very easy flower in this. Let's make a tulip. Let's make this bigger. I'm going to slightly make it bigger. As this is I don't like too small. What I can also show you is how to put a frame around this, and then with a glue gun and a mold, and then you've got a nice way of giving somebody something if they want it or whatever. Okay, let's go there. If I want to try and show you to put a frame on, I must just be careful to stay away from the edges. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a neutral color at the back. That's usually a gray, green gray, blue gray, just something that doesn't come too much to the front. Now usually I will paint the whole thing with that, and then I will just start painting, or then you can sketch on top. So for now I'm just going to use my blue and my white, and I'm gonna take away those. I'm not going to worry about those. I will show you. I'm just going to paint around these quickly. You can decide. I usually let my light come from the left hand side, then I don't have to worry too much. I'm not sure if I'm going to put in a table or what I'm going to do there. I will see when I've painted this background. I'm just going to put a little lighter color on this side. I will maybe need to do 2 coats of this because the white I've got is not that great to cover. But I usually wait until it's dry, and then I will decide, because acrylic tends to dry darker or something, you know, when it's dried. Just want to slightly darken that area. I can maybe even put in a little bit, almost like a table. Let's put in a table there. Just a little bit of more shadows on that side, and I'm just going to let it dry. So I've got a lot of blue and white, so I'm going to make myself a white pot with blue stripes, and then I will what you are going to use for this technique is something that's got a sharp point. I've got a bamboo skewer here. I'll show you in a moment. Or yeah, I think you call it a bamboo skewer, or a society stokkie, like we call it in South Africa. And I'm just going to take my blue, I'm just going to put stripes in. And then you can take your society stokkie or your bamboo skewer, and you can just make yourself lines. That's a very easy way to get You see, if I do this while it's wet, the the black in the, it shows through when I scratch away the white. So it's just to show you what you can do, but then you must remember it must be dry, the bases must be dry, and then you do the lighter color on top, especially, you know, two complementary colors or something will work. And let me just show you quickly if I bring it closer, and then you can see there. As this is rather dry, I'm just going to take my white with my black again, and I'm just going to quickly go for a second coat. Because as I said, the white is a little bit wishy-washy or transparent. I don't like it. But if you start out, it's a nice way to start with your craft paints or whatever you've got. You can even use your house paints as long as it has a PVA base acrylic. I usually use that. Let me just get a little bit more black. I usually use that for my base coats as well, you know, black or red or whatever I want to paint underneath. I like to put a base coat on before I start painting. I don't like to paint white in, you know, with a white background sometimes, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends on what I want to do, but you can see with the black I've put here how nice it is to scratch through. I like a lot of textures, so that usually is my way of putting a little bit of texture with no worries on top of this. Just going to put a little bit of blue with my black because I've got it on my palette and it's going to dry. I'm just taking my green. This is I don't know even what is this color, but it's a dollar color. It's just green, so let's just use it as green. I'm going to make a stem, and then I will just be making my very easy leaves, almost just like a football or a rugby ball. And you can even put a little bit of, I've got a little bit of orange here on my palette, left on my palette. I don't know if it's dried out now. Let me just get a little bit of yellow, and then I'll just put a little bit of yellow highlights onto this. And then I'm going to take my bamboo skewer again. I'm going to make my what do you call this little markings on the leaves. Just make a straight thing and you just make these ones that go in that direction. And then I think I'm just going to, let me just close the, I'm very lazy at the moment. I usually put my craft paint in bottles like this that I can just take it out like this, but as I'm going to use a little bit, I'm just going to take it out of my lid. That's the word I was searching for this a while back, so I just going to make a easy tulip that anyone can do. And I'm just taking a little bit of my white with my turquoise. It's actually 2:8 now. I'm just putting a little bit of a highlight on, and somewhere out of my bottle with the yellow I can put a little bit of my yellow on top as well. And then if you really want, you can do scratchy things there as well, but mine has got to dry now, so it's too late. But that's what I do, and I hope you can see it's quick and easy, and really anyone can do this. If you follow my channel, you will see I love splatter or drips or stuff like that. So as this is a little bit too plain for me, if you're really scared, oh no, now I've put some water there and it's already, it's still wet. You can put something on top of this if you don't want to splatter on top of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of water and thin my paint. I've got white here with a touch of my turquoise, and I'm just going to splatter a little bit in the foreground. You can do as much as you like, and you can even take a wet wipe or something and just take away that's too much for you. I don't mind, I like it. So you can leave this step out if you don't like it, and that's all I do. And then you can sign your name. So if you liked it, I would definitely see you next time. I'm just going to take my Rotring Tikki Graphite. You can use your gel pen as well. I haven't got a black one, it died on me, so I need to get myself another one. You can just take this and maybe, just if you want to, go here and there a little bit. You know, put a little bit of line work in your painting. That's not optional, but you mustn't go into the wet ink that I did now there, the wet paint. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do, and then you can just sign your name. And you're done. And remember, if you would like to see how you can put a frame around this with a glue gun and a mold, please feel free to ask me in the comments and I will show you. And as I said, that can work very nice for a gift or a small present for somebody, just to say thank you. You know, you can write thank you, whatever you want also on there, or make maybe a type of message. There's so much possibilities with these things. And even if you put them in a grouping, if you paint a few like this and you put them in a grouping, I've got a video on my channel where you can see I made a lot of colorful frames that I painted something small inside and I grouped them together. So yeah, I will definitely see you and have a lovely day. Take care.